Math teacher Terry Shepard joins us this afternoon at Clifton Middle School, and you have a pretty important function. Do the students love it, or is this a necessary evil?
It's about half and half. Some love math, some just have to take it, so.
But you make it cool. It looks like you've got some.
So. We try to do some interesting things.
And learning algebra, is the notation a little bit troublesome at first, or do kids just take right to it?
For most kids, it's really difficult at first. A few that are really good math students can just fly through, but it's just one of those things that kids have to learn to think algebraically, and it's hard to do.
Do kids get a chance to see the practical use for algebra? I remember first discovering, with trig later on, that you could calculate a roof angle very easily. And, in the old days, it was done by a series of tables and books, and they kept those things kind of private in the various trades. But now, through the use of computers and innovative people like you, they can learn the practical things that algebra and trig can bring.
Yes, and that's one of the main things we focus on is real world applications. So we do the slope of the roofs and all kinds of different projects, and we go out into the community sometimes and try things so the kids can see how it works. It is a big focus, is real world problems.
And algebra, after they finish 8th grade algebra, what's the next step?
Well, the kids that are in my Algebra 1 class, when they go to the high school next year, they'll either take the AFTA class, which is Algebra Functions and Data Analysis, or they'll go ahead and take Geometry 1.
I see.
And then the Math 8 students will either go into pre-algebra or the regular algebra class.
Now, algebra is an elective? Is that true, or does everybody take algebra?
Algebra 1 is required by Virginia for graduation.
Okay.
So it's not really an elective.
Okay, but after
classes.
when they go to 9th and 10th grade, what are the math requirements?
Well, they have to take the Algebra 1 and the geometry, and they have to have those, and after that, it's pretty much based on what type of study and they want to do. They have the choice of Algebra 2, trigonometry, advanced algebra, and various classes.
So when I walk into your class for the first time, how in the world do you get me excited about learning all this notation? And I mean, we probably should be all excited about every subject, and we come into your class, and how do you make this interesting?
Sometimes it's hard, but doing the real world applications helps a lot because they can relate something to the math. And some days, of course, you just have to do the drilling and learning, but other days we try to do things like this that make it fun, and projects and a lot of group work and working together. And it's hard. This is not very many people's favorite class. So,
maybe favorite teacher, but not favorite class.
Well, I would like that, but I don't know since it's not their favorite class. But I have enjoyable students. It's a lot of fun.
Great. Thanks very much for speaking with us.
Oh, you're very welcome. This has been it's a fun night to have everybody come in here and look at everything.
And just as an aside, what are we looking at here?
Okay. The Math 8 students were studying area, surface area, and volume. So they made the shapes out of the geometric shapes, and they had to determine the total volume and surface area of whatever they made. The airplanes are made, at least one is made of graph paper, where they had to learn to draw the lines of the slope lines and the calculations, and that's why we're calling them our coordinate planes. So that's what they were learning about.
Terry, to what degree will the internet help math students? Are they referred to various sites where they can do sample problems, or is most of it just right here in the classroom?
No, every textbook has a website now that the students can go to get extra help, extra tutoring, and there are all kinds of online tutor. Like one big one is called Khan Academy, and it's a really good website, and there are lots of them. So now that all the kids have their Chromebooks, we do a lot with the Chromebooks, the sites. And coming up next year, the students are going to have to use an online calculator for their SOLs. They will no longer have the handheld calculators.
So you think the addition of Chromebooks into the schools, especially in your case, was helpful?
Yes. Some of the classes do a lot of their work on Google Classroom because they, like history, can download things, and you can't do that as much with math as far as working problems, but as far as researching and getting information, it's helped a lot.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.